Records. The first time we had physical media of listening to music in the comfort of our own home instead of going out and have to watch a group of people play music. When these things were invented, nobody knew what to think, what to do. And over time, we would listen to music almost the same way, except we'd have it more portable, or we would have it on a reel-to-reel, which would be a pioneer for what would be the cassette tape. And we would have cassette tapes and 8 tracks, and we would listen to it. We could listen to it on the go in our cars, in our, while we're walking foo-foo, while we're at the beach, out with friends. What a great time. But, this is how it all began right here. How's it going, old schoolers? You're kicking it old school with Russell J.S, and I am your host, Russell J.S. Man, I can't believe, it's almost the end of February, and, we've pretty much been in 2026 now, 2 months. Amazing, how just the years go by. Today's video, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you about how to clean record albums. You see, sometimes you get, even if there's not a scratch on the record, sometimes you get those little skips and everything. I heard somebody tell me, use Armor All because after all it is vinyl and it'll play better. But a friend of mine many years ago taught me another way how to do it. And remember, if you're new to the channel, hit a like, subscribe, leave comments in the box down below, ring the bell for notifications. And without further delay, let's get this bad Oscar rolling, shall we? Okay, the first thing we do, sometimes when you're playing a record, especially with the needle, because sometimes the needle gets all that stuff from, like all the dust and from the grooves from playing, to where the needle will go ahead and drag right across the record to the end and not play. But what you want to do is you also want to figure out a way to clean the needle of your record player as well. But I'm going to go ahead and start with Kiss, Dressed to Kill. All right, here we are. We got a copy of Kiss's third album, Dressed to Kill, which didn't really, just like the first 2 albums up until Alive, didn't really sell very well. I'm going to put this right up here for right now so I get things going. Now, one way I was shown how to do this is dish soap. Dish soap, well, in a soft sponge, but I don't think they make soft sponges anymore. So I got this washcloth here. Let me go ahead and pull out the legs for the stand. Make my little tripod. Here we go. So here's what we do is we get some liquid dish soap right here. And then you get this rag, or should I say washcloth. It's been a while since I did this, because I haven't really, in the course of time, I've been so busy not to be playing any record albums. But, I wanted to make a really unique video. You put a little dish soap right there on the washcloth. Now, bear in mind, you got the sticker in the center, and don't worry, it's not going to harm the sticker. But what you want to do is you hold the record like this, and just gently go around on the grooves, to clean it. That way you won't scratch it. You don't want to go across the record album, but what you want to do is just go in the flow of a circle, like so. There we go. And look at how shiny it looks, too. Then you flip it over, get the other side. You want to be very careful and very gentle. All right, so now it's, got soap and water on it. And then what you do is you rinse it off. Get all the soap off of it, get all the water. And then what you do afterwards is, what you want to do is you want to take the record. I don't have a dish rack, so I'm going to place it right here on this terry cloth towel, bath towel. And then what happens is we go ahead and we get another. It's really cool because, you go ahead and you clean these records and they'll play like new. I mean, it's probably a process that you have to do over again. See, we got the Doors LA Woman, same deal. Oh, it's a little spotty on this record, but no matter, I'll get it all cleaned up. As you notice, I love to collect vintage vinyl record albums along with, old school, Tiger and, all the handheld, video games. I guess it's because, I remember as a kid in the 1980s, I used to see all the stuff that my older cousins had, which I wasn't allowed to touch. But oh well, pretty soon, there would be things would make a comeback. Same thing with my parents' stuff. Don't touch the stereo, don't do this, don't touch those records. I'm an 80s kid. I grew up in the 1980s. I was born in the late 70s, grew up in the 1980s as a kid, went through my teen years in the 90s. See, you just rinse it off like that. And then I'm going to put it right there on the towel with the Kiss record. Next one we have Aerosmith's self-titled debut, a classic. I'm going to do the same thing right here. Get it nice and soapy wet. Just go over the grooves in a circle. Yeah, the reason, like I said again, the reason why you want to do it this way is that you don't scratch it. And plus you're cleaning into the grooves too. And all you do is just leave them sitting to dry, one side on the, like I have it there on the towel, and the other side up. Can't believe I still remember how to do this after all these years. Pretty soon I'm going to be making a video where I'm going to talk about my addiction to collecting vintage vinyl. And then next up for a cleaning, my second favorite Tom Petty record, Damn the Torpedoes. This is the one that contains the song Refugee. See, go ahead and do another circular motion. Get in there. You're not going to scratch it up. You're just going in a circular motion. And look at that, how shiny it looks. I mean, it looks exactly as it did when it was brand new. And this is, mind you, an original Tom Petty LP from 1979. This is the original release that people bought at the record store when it came out. This is what was called the Big Lawsuit record. Look up that on Tom Petty's history. You know, either look it up on the internet or you go on the Tom Petty radio on Sirius. Channel number 31, I believe. All right, so now we got 4 just sitting there drying. And the last album that we're going to give a cleaning to is going to be the self-titled debut Led Zeppelin album, aka Led Zeppelin 1. Now, I have not cleaned this record once since I owned it, but you can see some spots on it right there. How about that? I'm remembering how to really put the soap on there. Let me go ahead and wet the washcloth a bit more. There we go. And again, the soap and water is not going to disturb the sticker that's on the front and back. The sticker is still going to remain. But what you're doing is you're cleaning all the gunk out of the grooves that causes all those skips when the record's not scratched. Go around. This is the last record that we are washing, that we are cleaning. Let me go ahead and get it all rinsed off. There we go. And now I'm going to show you a trick. Okay, now we got all 5 of those record albums all clean. 4 of them are sitting on there drying off. But where's the other one, the Led Zeppelin one? This is a trick I wanted to show you. Check this out. I'm using my Crosley stereo, which is made up to look like an old record player with a radio receiver from somewhere in the late 40s, early 50s. And I got it still wet on the sitting on the turntable. What we do is we turn this bad Oscar on. And then we go ahead, click the arm back to get the turntable going. And then yeah, speakers are kind of, here we go. See, what you're doing is when you're playing the record while it's got the water on it, is you're cleaning the needle as well. Because like I mentioned earlier, sometimes those needles tend to get dirty to where they'll go ahead and go right across the record. You know, just like that. And you don't want that. You don't want it to scratch up. So there you have it. A tutorial on how to clean vintage vinyl record albums. I hope you enjoy this video. Click on the box, leave comments in the box down below. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. And don't forget to tell your friends, your family, your mom, dad, brother, sister, aunt, uncle, grandma, grandpa, cousins, pets, school friends, college friends, work colleagues, the whole bit. And remember, keep it real, keep it fresh, keep it chill. Keep listening to old school music. Keep kicking it old school on old school video games, old school movies, old school TV. And, get you enough of less drama, no drama. Get you enough of less chaos, no chaos. Get you enough of love. Get you enough of peace. Get you enough of anything your one heart desires. Oh, and here, say hello to Ollie. Hey, Ollie. Hey, Ollie. Hey, Ollie. Yeah, I guess he doesn't want to be in Hollywood. He doesn't want to be a star. But yeah, that is a tutorial on how to clean your record albums. And also, as always, Godspeed. May the force be with you, and shuckalaka kapow.